I'm going to teach you how to make a roasted tomato and a sesame chutney. It sounds probably quite easy, but technically it is very important to get these things right. Now, tomato as such has got a lot of umami, a lot of flavor into it. How do you actually impart more flavors into it? So to start off, I've got nice large ripe tomato or tomatoes, and all I do is I've cut them into quarters into a tray lined with silver foil. So I'm going to add more flavor onto the tomato. So just make a nice little well. In this, add sliced garlic, some sliced ginger, and coriander stalks. Now, I'm not going to put any leaves in this because I'm roasting it onto a high heat in the oven. But what I'm going to add here is oil, drizzle vegetable oil, salt, and that is to season. That is all set. This is going to go into a hot oven. Always preheat your oven. I have got an oven which is warmed up to 200 # centigrade or 400 ° Fahrenheit, and this will cook for approximately 7 to 8 minutes till the skin just breaks down and gets charred on the exterior. So what that does, it gives a kind of a nice roasted tomato kind of a feel to it. It also gives a very nice smoky flavor. Also, when you place your stuff in the oven, always try and put it at the middle level of the oven. Never too high and never right at the bottom. Right in the center. So when you have an air oven, which means the air circulates inside the oven, it needs to be in the middle. So when you have the movement of the air and the heat, it cooks very evenly. So time to check my tomatoes. So nice and roasted. Now if you look at this, the skin has nicely roasted. Now because they're roasted, they peel off quite easily. So literally, they come off. Okay, at the same time, I'm going to lightly crush the tomato flesh. That is done. I'm going to now use that tomato flesh which has all the nice barbecue or the roast tomato flavor. So for that, I have a pan here. I'm going to heat up my pan. Oil. Now, I am using sesame seeds to flavor the chutney. I will also be using sesame oil. Now, I don't like to put the sesame oil now initially and cook it. I'm going to use the sesame oil at the very end, more like a flavor enhancer, more like a flavored oil, just to lightly fold it into the chutney at the very last to bring out the flavor of the sesame. As soon as it begins to warm up, I'm going to add in cumin seeds, the fennel seeds. Never into cold oil, always into warm oil. As soon as the cumin and the fennel begin to pop, you need to add some kind of a liquid. I'm going to add garlic, which literally has got moisture in it, and it brings down the temperature of the oil and it prevents the spices from burning. And if you remember from my previous class of spices, how would you actually impart flavor? This was a very important point. The vegetables bring down the temperature and they hold the oil flavor together. Ginger, then goes in green chili. So green chili has got that kick and the freshness. Sesame seeds, a generous amount of sesame seeds. Make sure you keep on stirring the pan regularly so that the edges don't burn. Before putting red chili powder, I am going to add asafoetida, the hing, which is the resin from the bark of the tree. This has a lot of flavor. It mimics the flavors of onion and garlic. And then goes in the red chili. I'm putting a slight larger quantity of red chili than normal for the quantity of tomatoes because I want the color to come through and also want the spiciness to come through. So as soon as you add the red chili powder, you see the color changes. And when you add a spice powder, you're actually forming the character or the soul of the dish. And it gives a nice, rich kind of a smoky peppery chili aroma as the chili cooks. If I cook it for too long, it will tend to burn. So to stop it from cooking, I need to add something which has got moisture. So in this case, it is these tomatoes. Now as soon as you add the tomatoes, the moisture hits the hot oil. Again, now stir it all together, and with end part of your spatula, just break down the tomato flesh. All the juices, the liquid from the tomato and the spice, which is garlic and ginger and coriander, goes in now. A little taste. It will need salt for sure. What I have left here on the table in front of me, besides seasoning and salt, is basically honey and sesame oil. This is roasted sesame oil. And because it's a flavored oil, I'm going to add that at the very last stage of the dish. A little stir. Once the chutney is made, you can actually preserve it, or you can keep it in an airtight container or a jar, and it can last you for up to a year. It will not go bad. It will stay for a long time. And the chutney can be enjoyed with so many things. You can have it with kebabs, you can have it with snacks, you can use it into wraps, you can use it into tacos, you can put a spread on bread, absolutely anything. The more effort you put in right now into trying to understand and trying to create dishes on your own, you will get a better sense of it. A little taste to check for seasoning. Needs more salt. And that's what it is. Don't be shy of adding salt. If you do not season your food properly, you are not going to get the right or the pitch perfect flavor which you're looking for. And only salt can do that. Then goes in the honey, a generous amount of honey. Now, as soon as you put your honey down into chutney, it is liquid. It is quite thick, but the heat melts it down, and that will thin down your chutney slightly, which is perfectly okay, because once you cool your chutney down, it will again get thick. I want the honey to cook along with the chutney because I want to break it down. I still want to caramelize that honey further on and make it more intense. Honey you get is of various qualities around the world. So try and get a honey which is not really very thick or very sugary. And the best way is if you keep honey into a fridge and you leave it for a day or two, the sugar settles down, and that tells you that that's an additive into your honey. A pure honey will never really solidify. It will still be, it might thicken up into the refrigerator, but it will not have those ice particles. When you see ice particles into a jar of honey kept in the fridge, means there is sugar into it. So try and get a quality of honey which is very pure and rich and smooth. Oh. More honey. Also needs more salt. Again, step by step, at each stage, you need to check the seasoning, you need to check the flavor. Okay, I'm also smelling at the same time because I want to see the aromas. It tells me about the dish. A little more honey. The honey is good. When you actually buy honey, always taste the honey if you can. If it is too sweet a honey, means there is an additive. That is a very nice honey. It's not overly sweet. Little more honey. Let me just stir that through. Give it a nice rolling boil. Let's have a little taste. Yeah, that is it. Just right. The perfect hint of sweetness, the perfect hint of the chili factor, a little kick, and the spice comes through quite well. But the main flavor is tomato with the undertone of sesame. This is ready. Switch off the heat of the pan. And at this stage, I'm now going to lastly add sesame oil. Nice, rich, toasted sesame oil. Look at the color. Nice, deep brown. Literally looks like a soya sauce. But when you add that into your dish, it will not impart that kind of a strong color. It will just give a very nice hint of flavor to it and not really impart. Soya sauce imparts a color, but the toasted sesame oil will not impart any color as such, but more of a flavor. And that is about it. Literally 1/2 to 3/4 tablespoon, just stir into it. Now this is pretty hot right now and it is pretty runny. When you leave it for it to cool down, it will become quite thick. It will become like a thick jam or like a chutney, which is what we want. I'm going to pour that in my serviceware. And look at the gloss. Look at the shine to the chutney. And chutneys are so addictive, they're so moreish. You get a piece of cracker, you get some papad, you get a piece of naan or a bread or a crisp roti, and you can enjoy that. It really works well. One of my, I know I keep saying the word favorite all the time, but there's some things which always remain with you forever. And this is one of those dishes. Oh, trust me, just the final addition of the sesame oil and the honey at the end changes this dish entirely and takes it to a new dimension. This is my roasted tomato and sesame chutney.